You have to start because it's the French one.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Bonjour, greaseballs, et bienvenue sur la grande scène de Drag Race France saison 3. Je m'appelle Joshua, or Joshita.
If you're nasty.
I love that. I wish I came up with that. We also have our beautiful hostess, Princess Capella.
Hi, bonjours.
Bonjours.
Bonjours, y'all. This week we will overanalyze Drag Race France Season 3. Last week's talent show, we had Perseo and Philippe in the top, with our winner being Perseo. And if you were living for Perseo's performance, please go watch Drag Race España if you have not immediately.
For real though, like that's the real tea because like I didn't throw a lot of flowers at Perseo for the performance,
Right.
but there are performances like with Canary and Drag that like are so good. So you are 100% right with that. Definitely watch España.
Magnetica and Ruby were in the bottom, and after a incredible lip sync, Magnetica was robbed
Ugh,
and sent home.
that was really sad, dude. Like it was like really.
That was obviously rigged. Uh,
That was obviously rigged.
Obviously, that was rigged. But this week, we have a whole Olympic themed episode, starting with the mini challenge.
The Jeux Olympiques, I think that's how you say it, because it's Jeux Olympiques. They pair up and become drag athletes in 5 minutes, which is like a shady moment, but athletes don't wear too much, so they looked a busted mess.
And the wig toss in particular, I think you would be so good at that. Yeah.
I literally was dying watching that.
Anya killed that though.
She ended up winning the wig toss. They had the Glamarathon, which was like red light, green light, essentially, under toi fashion. Under toi fashion. Giving Alyssa immediately. Leona won the Glamarathon. What was the last one?
It was like a you laugh, you lose, like spitting water at people type thing.
That was really strange. I didn't necessarily think I understood the rules because it was also it was called water poli or something like that.
I thought it was funny.
It was funny just watching them do that. Lula ended up winning that one. The ending of that, Lula versus Norma, was really funny though. There were some good reads in there.
Ruby and Lula win, and they take home the gold. And they get an extra 10 seconds in our maxi challenge, which is the ball.
The ball!
For the challenge, there's 2 looks. The Flamme Olympique, which is the look that they brought based on the Olympic torch. And then the Cérémonie d'ouverture. Yeah. Opening ceremony. Is the one that they have to make from like Nikki's leftover gym.
Like what a weird thing.
Whatever. Yeah. I also thought it was interesting that the ball was only 2 looks, because usually it's 3.
I know. I was like, wait a second, what's going on? So the entirety, because I just wasn't paying super, and this was on my first watch, I just wasn't paying a lot of attention. The entire of the first episode for like maybe the first half, I thought that they had to make both look. I was like, wait, they only have 2. That must be the gag. They're making them both. And then, not to be like a bitch, but like when they first came out for the first look, I was like, yeah, they did make these.
I kind of thought that too, if I'm being honest.
Up first for our judges this week, we have Loïc Prigent, who is a recurring judge. I think he was on both of the prior seasons, if I'm not mistaken. He is always so cute. I think he's just like such a handsome little French man. Nothing crazy about this. No reason for me to gross or nooch it really though, so I will give it a grease.
Loïc looks great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. So, therefore, carry the 1, you get a grease.
Carry the 1.
Carry the 1 over, divide by 3. Our next judge is Kitty Smile. I am so obsessed with like everything that Kitty has been wearing this season. I love how much like denim and really light blue tones as well that he's been wearing. Like just everything looks great. It's a grease.
I feel like Kitty was like, listen, I'm bringing it to the runway this season. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I'm gonna take risks. I literally like
Really?
I have not seen a bad look from Kitty this season. Kitty might end up getting like the Greasiana of the season overall.
The Greasiana of them all.
Definitely agrees. I love this look. It's amazing. Nikki Doll giving us beauty. She's giving us nipped in. She's giving us pants on the runway. I do love her wig. I think this is sort of becoming a Nikki kind of signature to have like a very kind of like structure-y coiffed wig with some like either glitter or tinsel sort of situation in there. I love the sleeves on this look. They're so dramatic, and her pose in this photo, like, it just makes it look even better. Yeah, Grease.
The wig with the like black pieces in it is so cool. The way it ties into the outfit. Nikki looks amazing, and I love that it's kind of kimono-esque with the sleeves. Absolute Grease. Daphne Burke. I mean, I'm just like, I wish that the other judges on other franchises would just watch Drag Race France and be like, okay, I need to get the names of everybody's designers,
Yes.
and I need to get onto this level, because yeah, Daphne, again, just like Kitty, because I mean, like, you expect Nikki to blow it out of the water every single week, but Kitty and Daphne have just been like so good this season. Absolute Grease.
Absolutely. This gives like Club Kid, ketchup and mustard, also giving you like those cheap ass like piercing jewelry that you could get at like you know,
like the balls on the end of them. Yes. Oh my god.
I honestly love it. And it's like not an expected look that we would get from Daphne. And you're right. I think that Daphne and Kitty alone would put all of the other guest judges or whatever judges to shame. Huge Grease on this. I love it.
And they actually should all get in a wrestling ring and fight each other, because I think that Daphne and Kitty Smile still might win.
I think Kitty would win overall. Okay, and then up next we have Clara Luciani, giving us kind of like almost, I don't know, like sort of Florence Welchy but darker vibes. It's giving kind of like, I don't know, like almost like medieval moment.
Yeah, I got kind of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's giving like Dark Lady, and I do enjoy that. I wish there was one pop, one element, one thing that made it a little bit more like draggy, or a little just bit more like to make it stand out a little bit more. But still, I do love this. Like the way that the fabric drapes, it looks beautiful. The sheen on it is amazing. She's gorgeous. I'm still going to give this a big Grease.
There are many kind of fashion staples that I'm a sucker for, and one of them is a cape. Like, if there is a cape on the outfit, it's going to be a Grease from me, and this is no exception. I love the kind of like shiny, metallic, almost 80s prom feeling fabric. Yeah, Grease for sure. Nikki's glitter phone rings.
Glitter phone.
The girls also had 1 hour to make a headpiece.
Gag.
Crazy.
Okay, like I immediately, as soon as this whole thing was revealed, I was like, when is it ringing again? What is this gonna mean for the rest of the fucking competition? Because there was chatter amongst the queens afterwards being like, it could ring at any time.
If they do use it more, it's basically just an excuse to add whatever the fuck they want to the episode. So, you know, it's keeping us on our toes. And yeah, having an hour to make literally anything is crazy.
I know. And then let alone anything that's cohesive with the look that you've already struggled to come up with. And who knows if you even have any of any fabric that's like what you already got on left. Like, this is crazy. Like, I love this addition to it. I think the glitter phone can just continue flicking my glitter.
Starting off our Olympic challenge, we have Misty Phoenix. Her Olympic torch look is not my favorite, if I'm going to be quite polite and nice about it.
Polite and nice?
If I'm going to be rude about it, I think it's rotted. And I can't believe the judges were like, oh yeah, it was beautiful, the beadwork. Like, it didn't fit. very well. And the colors were like so muted as well. When you were saying you thought maybe that they had made the first outfits themselves too, like this one.
This is the one I'm referencing.
Yeah, it was a mess. I have this in Cut Your Wigs Up.
Cut your fucking wigs up.
On the runway, wet hair, tired.
Wet hair, tired.
Unless it's gonna look perfect, unless you're doing it perfectly, it's just looks like messy hair. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I think it came together really well. It's really, really sleek. I love the sheer bottom. So that's a grease. Misty's headpiece. I don't like the net that much. I think that's a little bit clunky. But the rest of it I think is just fine. It doesn't really detract from the outfit. But the net, it was just like, not crazy about that. But it doesn't change my grease.
Misty, I really did not like her Flamme Olympique look. It was like we were saying, I thought that one was like made, that she made it there. I was confused why the judges liked it so much. The shape of it was really strange. It just didn't look right. Honestly, I really think Misty's runway is even better. Like, I was just like, this is what you brought for that? Like, you planned for this and it just looks so fucking weird. I have Misty in Cut Your Wigs Up this week on that look.
Cut your fucking wigs up.
On the runway, I think this is miles better than her first look.
100%. This is better than the look that she brought.
I know. It's like the torso is so well fitted. She's got those perfect little tiny athletic sleeves, and it looks like fucking athletic wear, dude. And the sheer dress part with all of the kind of like flowy fabric that's attached to it gave me like Shea Coulee design challenge vibes on season 9. It just looked really good. It was really polished. She had just everything kind of flowed really well. With the headpiece, I actually didn't mind the net as much as I didn't really like this huge circle thing. I was like, what is this? There are a couple of things that I would tweak on this, but I will give it an overall pretty high grease, especially comparatively. Norma Bell, coming out in a Harry Potter reference from Goblet of Fire. She's a Bo Batten's fucking student. I thought it was cute. I thought it could have been a little bit more draggy. I like the colors. Norma's beautiful. I've got her in, but is it fashion?
But is it fashion?
For the homemade look, this is okay. It feels to me like it's quite, like there's not a lot of shape to it. It's just kind of hanging off of her a little bit. And Mama came in and was like, well, I already made a headpiece.
Right.
And Nikki kind of specifies that if you already have one, you have to make a new one. Honestly, I think I like the second one better. So I think it was like almost an improvement that she got that extra hour to do it. I'm going to give this one kind of a mid to low grease.
Harry Potter is another one of those things that I think we just need to retire. I don't think we need to go into why, but I think collectively, like, we can all just get over it.
Yep.
In this look, the Bobatons reference, like, it's too big. Like, the coat is not fitted.
Yeah.
The tuck is meaty. I just think overall it is, like, a fail from me on many levels. So I actually have her in Drag Delusion.
Ooh.
Let's all be better as people.
Drag Delusion, girl.
The look that she made, I think, was really creative. I thought the colors went really, really well together. And then using the zippers to make the design kind of pop was a really smart idea. Overall, that gets a grease. And the headpiece, like the second one, was really cool. And whatever she made it out of is super interesting. Like, I don't know how she got it to stand up like that. I don't know, like, if those are like wind spinners, maybe, like
the physics
like
are not
things.
working for me.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but it was really interesting. It added to kind of like a playful element to the look. So, kudos, mama. Leona Winter, Flamme Olympique. The face, gorgeous. The flames themselves were really, really camp. Like, I loved the way that the flames looked. And I think she mentions it's made out of Warbla, which is like a moldable plastic, like a lot of cosplayers use. I think I would have preferred a skirt, like a really long, like a billowing out skirt, as opposed to like the pants, because the bottom of the outfit felt a little bit simple compared to everything else that's going on. I have her an all right mama.
All right.
The look that she made, the wig is rotted. Oh my god, that wig. Other than that, we're having a double pants moment. So I kind of wish that she would have had the forethought to make her second look not be pants.
Yeah.
Because the pants weren't, like, incredible. But I do really, really like the colors, and I thought she used the materials in a way that were interesting. The headpiece that she came out with originally, I really liked. And then the second one, it was a little bit, like, a lot. Like, it was a lot. I guess it added, like, some cool textures, but I'm still gonna grease it all, but the first headpiece, I think, was better.
So Leona this week, I think this might be where she will falter. Like, this is her weak point, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This first look, the Flamme Olympique, I didn't mind it too much. I did have a note that I said that I wish that there was more to the train that she had. I just wish there was more body to it. Like, it was bigger, because I do like it I like the look when they have like a really big full like train with the pants as well. This is kind of in the middle for me, so I do have Leona in, but is it fashion?
But is it fashion?
For the, what's the fucking second look called? Le Cérémonie d'ouverture. I fucking hate this look. I think it's giving Ronald McDonald. It's not the tea for me, mama. It's just very children's school looking and like artsy, crafty. But she did manage to like make it structured and keep it on her body. Yes. Both of the headpieces, the first and the second, are rotted. I hate them both. The second one looks almost like culturally offensive. It looks a little bit like, what are you doing?
No, I totally get what you're saying.
Like, please stop. And the wig, girl, is the worst. It's the worst.
What is happening?
I'm actually gonna go ahead and roast this one. Edia Noire with her Flamme Olympique. Here's the thing I'll say about this. I think looking at it from afar, I could get flame from it. Where the dress part, skirt part starts is way too low. It makes her very elongated, and this whole face chin thing situation, I'm not a big fan of either. I've got Edia and Drag Delusion this week.
Drag Delusion, girl.
And then, okay, on the runway, I'm getting the same vibes. Same vibes. It's too, like, the torso is too long. You've got the skirt part that literally looks like it's clinging for its life on the bottom, onto the purple material. And then the headpiece was was a very obvious, like, plea of distraction. Like, please look up here and don't look at my horrible outfit. I'll give her kudos for that, but I'm still gonna gross this.
The first look did not read as a baseball. Like, it's supposed to be a flaming baseball, she was saying. And you are totally right about the fabric on the bottom just weighs down the whole thing. I think, like, if you're trying to go with flaming baseball, which, like, I don't understand why. Because it's supposed to be Olympic torch. I don't know the connections that are being made. Maybe it's something lost in translation. Please let me know if it is. Because I'm an American. I know a baseball when I see it.
I don't think that looks like one.
It doesn't look anything like a baseball. I've got that in Drag Delusion too. Don't get that twisted.
Drag Delusion, girl.
And then she goes and makes the same fucking dress in a different color. It just doesn't work. Adia has a really sexy body. Like, she's really curvaceous.
Mm-hmm.
And if she could dress it correctly, bring the waist up where it's supposed to be to give her that figure, like it would look really nice. But this just looks like a blanket wrapped around a jersey. No, mama.
No.
The judges were reading it too. It was so funny.
They didn't give a fuck. They didn't hold anything back.
So I would initially have grossed this outfit, but I think the headpiece brings it up to a notch for me because it was so campy and funny, and maybe it was a plea to just distract the eye because everything else is so bad. But it worked for me. Lula Strega. I thought the Flamme Olympique was really cute. It kind of goes with her burlesque vibe. The colors work really well. Like, she looks really good in red hair. That seems like it almost might be kind of her signature color. She is an all right mama.
All right.
I feel like I'm going to catch some hands here. I'm gonna say that I think the opening ceremony outfit she made is gorgeous, okay? But it is just, she just made a corset that doesn't cover her nipples or her ass. Like, booty is full on out, nipples are full on coming out, okay? I think it is a grease. The headpiece, though, oh my god, was that so, like, just cute and, like, dainty, and it's just fucking ping pong balls and 2 little scraps of fabric, and it worked so well. Definitely took it, like, over the top. It was really cute. So everything is still a grease for me.
So, Lula Strega in her Flamme Olympique look, I am pretty sure this hair on her is, like, my favorite thing that I've fucking seen this season. It just, like, I was just cartoon eyes, like, oh my god, just keep rocking the runway, please. I've got her in All Right Mama this week. She's got an impeccable fashion sense, in my opinion. Like, I think she really aesthetically looks amazing all the time.
All right.
So my first question on this opening ceremony thing is, like, are corsets... I didn't think corsets were supposed to cover your ass. They're supposed to cinch your waist.
But she hasn't made anything to cover her ass.
Well, maybe that's what the look was supposed to be. The color of her fucking shoes. It's like this beautiful, like, red, orange, sort of... I don't even know. Apparently I'm colorblind. I think making a corset, I would not know how to fucking do it. I think she looks really amazing. She's got a... And in this look, her hair's big. It's got volume. It's bouncy. I love it. I think the kind of peachy, bubblegummy colors that she's got going are amazing. And yeah, the fucking headpiece is like some hooks and some wire. She all of a sudden looks like a fucking butterfly, insect princess beauty mama. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, this small, simple little thing was so effective. This is a huge grease for me. I loved this. I don't have any complaints. Like, fucking princess. Le Philippe. Holy fuck. This look killed me. I thought this first one was giving me golden, gorgeous beauty. Now, is it giving me flame by any means? No. Is it giving me Olympic torch necessarily? Kind of, maybe a little bit, but like, this wig looks so fucking good. Philippe's mug has just been so kind of like soft and effortless looking. This is probably my favorite look of like the entire episode. I love this look. I've got it in Slayana this week.
Slayana all day.
On the runway for the opening ceremony look, I don't feel quite as strongly about this one. The wig I do not like. I kind of like the colors that they've got going on. There's some shaping issues, I think, going on with like the body and like that dress. But I think it's a serviceable job overall. The headpiece was kind of silly. It was like actually really, really large. I'm not sure really where I'm at, if it improved or detracted from the look. I'm going to give this kind of like a relatively low grease though.
I don't think it's a secret that Philippe is like one of my favorites, but bitch, this Flamme Olympique look, oh my god, this is such a massive, massive slay. And her makeup is like a little bit different this week too. Like you were saying, like it's softer and she's trying to be more chalant towards the judges, you know, to like make them like her more, even though I love that she's like nonchalant
Me
and
too.
bitchy, but whatever. Yeah, I have this in Slayana.
Slayana all day.
The garment that she made, I thought it was like really quirky and sweet. I think she's kind of trying to play that up again. And the headpiece somehow is like understated, but then also insane.
Also 4 feet long.
Yeah, like it's very simple, but it's ridiculous. But I think overall it still agrees. Ruby on the nail. Flamme Olympique, the presentation was really cute. The theatrics of it all as well, with the smoke and the kind of like lighting of the petticoats was all amazing. It was really, really cool. Flamme Olympique for me is All Right Mama.
All right.
Then the runway, it's like not even a hot mess. It's like an ice cold mess of just like when I saw it, I was actually stunned. The headpiece definitely went with the theme of looking like a mess. I don't think there's all that much to say other than gross.
For the Flamme Olympique, I really enjoyed this look. I was like, okay, good. She's gonna give us a good presentation. And she's going to pull herself out of that bottom placement last week. I love the shoes that she's got on with it. They give me that kind of like little witchy vibe. I also have this in All Right Mama this week. I really liked it.
All right.
On the runway, what you said being like I was stunned is very fair because like we've seen, you know, a lot of design challenge looks, and this is bad. Maybe in the end it was a situation where she's like, let's just kind of like pull it apart and make it look terrible. I can't really speak on that, but yeah, I give her kudos for trying to make, you know, a comedic moment out of the headpiece because that's a kind of on brand for her, but yeah, no, this is a gross. Perseo. This one, okay, so for Perseo on the Flamme Olympique, I really enjoyed it. This one kind of brought us back to the traditional Canarian drag that Perseo brings. And I thought, like, in particular, this one was kind of on par with, like, the first couple of looks that Perseo brought. And I was like, okay, this is another good look, another good showing. It's kind of got a very gaudy, kind of gold, and, like, tinsely sort of feel. The torch itself kind of looks like a big blunt. But other than that,
It's kind of cool though.
Other than that, I didn't mind this at all. I do have this one in All Right Mama this week.
All right.
For the opening ceremony look, girl, this is bad. I will say that I do think her boot is cute. Other than that, I don't think anything else really is cute. I'm not a big, huge fan of this. The headpiece, was it supposed to be a fish or something? I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a grease, though I will say that I enjoy that Perseo is trying to do more than just the Canarian drag looks.
The canary style really worked for the Flamme Olympique. I think if there was a time to go for it, that's like the perfect sort of prompt to be like, oh, okay, you want something that's like huge and on fire, like, okay, yeah, I can bring that with this style of drag. This first look was iconic. And the fucking shoes, the completely gold stoned was just so good. I actually also have her in All Right Mama for the first look.
All right.
The second look is kind of another mess. When you look at it, the bottom really is like 2 pieces of fabric just wrapped around her waist. And the headpiece was just like, you know, we're trying to get to the moment of being able to mix the Canary Island style with like a more traditional drag. Mm-hmm. And I think that there is a beautiful blend that can be found there, and I'm really excited for when she finds it.
Oh my god.
In the meantime, it's gonna be a gross from me.
That's a really good point though, because like we don't have a reference for that. We don't have a reference for somebody who has come from that type of like heavily culture inspired drag and blended it really, really well with like contemporary drag. Maybe Marina.
Our tops this week are Misty Phoenix, Leona Winter, and Lula Strega.
I don't know how the fuck Leona got into the top 3.
I guess I just love the colorblind storyline that Leona was going with.
We have that in common.
Are you really colorblind?
No. You've known me for fucking what, 15 years?
You are hateful. You are hateful.
Our bottoms this week are Ruby on the Nail, Eddie Noir, and Perseo, actually. In this situation, it was more so like Perseo was in the bottom because somebody had to kind of be in the bottom.
Our winner is Lula Strega. Perseo is safe, leaving Ruby and Adia in the bottom.
The lip sync song is C'est l'amour par Clara Luciani.
It kind of sounded like they were saying Sailor Moon.
I'm going to pretend that it is Sailor Moon. It was a pretty good lip sync. Like, Ruby is, like, she knows when to turn it on and how to turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said it before, she's just got a very magnetic, like, stage presence. I always wanted to look right at her, and she just, something about her mouth, I think. It's just, like, the way that she kind of holds her lips, and it just...
Like her mouth and, like, her eyes.
Yeah.
I want to, like, smell her.
I just love her. I'm just like, ooh. And she did a really good job. Like, I really enjoyed it. So, and then, I mean, and it doesn't mean Adia did a bad job, but it was just, she really pulled focus.
They were both really emotive, and I think that's definitely Adia's strong point as well, is like serving the emotion. I didn't feel particularly drawn to Adia's performance, and also was struggling to look at Ruby because her outfit was so bad. But I do think that Ruby just edged out Adia, because I do think they both did pretty well. But ultimately, Ruby wins.
Yes.
And we're really hoping that she can, like, get out of this slump.
I did not see this for her this week. I was, like, so stressed out. She's been, like, 2 weeks in a row in the bottom, and I'm like, this, you gotta do something.
Snap out of it.
Snap out of it.
I just watched that.
I'm not sure I've ever seen it.
Adia goes home.
She is our, what, thirdly departed queen? And honestly, I love this season so far. I just, for some reason, the vibe with it, I'm just, like, much more involved than I am with All Stars 9.
But it's not all sadness today. We have to award our best hair, best mug, and best dress for the episode. Joshita, who do you have for best hair?
Best hair this week, I gave to Lula Strega in her first Flamme Olympique look. Oh, everything about that wig was amazing. I love her, Lula Strega, this week.
Crazy. I have Lula Strega's opening ceremony look for her big, huge red wig.
Who do you have this week for best mug?
I have Leona Wintress's opening ceremony for best mug.
Okay. This week I have Le Philippe for best mug.
Ooh.
For their Flamme Olympique look.
That leaves us with best dressed Joshita.
I did eventually go this week with Lula Strega as well. I just think everything she did this week was so well. It was styled so well. It looked so good on her, and it looked polished as well. So definitely Lula.
I have Le Philippe's Flamme Olympique. I am just obsessed with that outfit and with that headpiece. But I do hope that Philippe goes back to being a bitch.
I like that we're getting this moment, but yeah, I do want to have... I like the nonchalant for Le Philippe. Like, that's the type of queen I'm into.
Joshita, do you have anything else to say? Speak now or forever hold your grease.
A taxi, a taxi, taxi.
Don, 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 don.
Don't drop that don. Sidetracked. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We love having fun and doing this with you guys.
I've been having so much fun with France. And also, if you've made it this far, let us know in the upcoming seasons which ones you want us to review. Because there's a lot.
We're in a deluge of Drag Race right now, and so many are upcoming as well. So if there's anything in particular that you would like us to particularly go over, let us know.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye!